we all fall dead. Live around the rosy pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall dead.
Hello and welcome back for more Jinn stories. I have a friend who told about her Jinn experiences. She didn't mind if I told you guys about her story, but I'll give her a different name for this story. I thought Akini a pretty name, so I'll use this name. So, Akini told about her childhood. She was born and raised in Africa and came to Europe at the age of 11. That is when I met her and became friends with her. She told me that she was raised very poorly. Her mother would constantly beat her if she didn't listen fast enough to her mother, and because her mother was very poor, she could not afford to buy a home for the two of them. Akini was and still is her mother's only child, and she never knew who her father was, so Akini and her mother went to live with a male friend of her mother. Akini did not had much guidance. Her mother would let her cook, clean and basically everything while her mother was gone. One day her mother came home and caught the friend molesting Akini. Mother said nothing, went back and closed the door. The next day mother started to beat Akini, asking her what Akini was doing to the man, but Akini, being a 6-year-old child and not knowing what happened to her the night before, couldn't answer her mother. After 5 minutes of beatings, Akini managed to escape from her mother and ran to the neighbor's house. The neighbors asked Akini what happened to her. The owner of the house, a woman, and her husband had visitors, so the woman of the house, who we are going to name Sada, took Akini into an empty room and asked again what happened to her. Akini asked Sada if she needed a maid. She said, "I can cook, I can clean, and you don't have to pay. I only need a place to live till Akini was old enough to care of herself." Sada answered with, "No, I don't need a maid, but you are more than welcome and visit me and my husband anytime you want." Akini asked if she needed money. She added, "There are a lot of childless people who would buy me from you." Sada looked shocked and asked what possessed a 6-year-old for wanting to be sold to a stranger. Akini burst into tears and told everything, because she didn't understood what her mother's friend was doing to her. Akini described the act. She told what her mother did a day later, that she had no father, siblings or other family members who could help her. So she didn't know what else to do. Akini's mother also tried to seduce Sada's husband, and Sada knew about it. Because of that, Sada already did not like Akini's mother. Sada stood up and walked to a little brown closet. She took a white paper with text on it, a plastic sandwich bag, lemon, little bottle with blood, another bottle with something that looked like urine, and other stuff Akini could not remember anymore. Sada lighted up fire in a small fire pit, started to read the text on the paper, mixed the urine, the lemon, the blood and the other stuff in the plastic bag. Then she burned the paper, closed the plastic bag and gave it Akini. She told her to bury it in the backyard of the house where Akini was staying with her mother, the friend's house, and told Akini not to tell anybody, not the mother's friend, not at school, and definitely not to the mother. Akini did exactly that. Couple of days later, Akini's mother started to get sick, mentally and physically. She seemed to be acting crazy and had stomach aches and back pains. The friends also started to get sick and had to go to the hospital. Akini started to see a dark figure. He was pitch black with red stripes, bald and no eyebrows. She was not afraid, but rather surprised of skin tone. He smiled at her nervously while he was looking around. She felt as if she could communicate with him without words. She felt as if he was asking her what she needed. Automatically she thought of a bully from school. Next day, the bully came to school with a broken arm. Maybe it was just a coincidence, but the timing was a bit odd. Everybody who was harming or bullying Akini was getting sick or had a broken arm. The dark figure Akini was seeing is still with her, and she thinks it is a jinn, a male jinn, but as a child he became her only friend. She felt safe around him. And everyone who came close to her would get freaky accidents. Akine's mother never find happiness, never found peace of mind and still in pains. Now Akine is in her 20s and lives in New Hope. She still feels the Jinn presence, but now she is older, she stopped seeing him. She thinks it is because she feels safe now. She also thinks he might be in love with her. Akine is a Muslim. She knows he is around when she tries to listen to Quran. She feels physically sick and weak. She feels as if millions of ants are crawling inside her legs, under the skin. She also becomes sick when she falls in love. She gets nightmares, headaches and becomes depressive. Akine thinks her neighbor Sada in Africa has done sihr or voodoo spell on her mother, and Sada sent that jinn to protect Akine. He never communicate with her with words, he just shows up when Akine fancies a male or listens to Quran and makes feel sick. Muslims believe that jinns can't be seen by humans. She might just have dreamed. I honestly don't know. She told me that jinns are like humans. There are Muslim jinn who are not allowed to interact with humans. Allah had forbidden them to so. There are also Christian jinns, Jewish jinns, atheist jinn, and something called shayateen. Those non-Muslims jinn can possess people. They can fall in love with people. They just like humans have jobs, free will, fama'is. So she says her jinn seems to be in love with her. She is still single. She wants to start a family one day, but there is a strong fear that sneaks on her which turns into depression and panic attacks. She can't explain why. But she said all those feelings go away if she stops thinking about a future husband and kids. I am the only one, she told, because we in the West don't really believe those things. If someone gets panic attack or depressions, we don't necessarily jump to demon possessions. She fears she might be seen as a crazy African lady. I do believe her when she says she has panic attacks and has depressions. She did had a miserable childhood, and almost no family. The only family she had was very reckless with Akine and careless. I understand that her childhood plays a big part. And her mother never changed. I have met her mother and she was very hostile and would never allow Akine to have friends or play for a minute. When I met her at the age of 11, she was still cooking and cleaning while her mother was out. I would come and help her. She would be done quicker and have a quick fun before her mother came back from God nowhere. Now in her 20s the mother still nags on Akine. She never had the chance to be just a kid, so I understand that her own mother mentally broke her down. And she became depressive and has nightmares. What do you guys think? Is it a jinn or just depression caused by her mother and childhood? Let me know by commenting down below and see you next time for more scary stories.